All right, so you're getting increasingly confident that there's going to be something.
But keep in mind, it would be somewhere in landfall vicinity, whether that be Louisiana, whether that be Texas. That's still 7-8 days away.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, but still, we could have a tropical storm or hurricane in the Gulf by about next weekend.
Right, absolutely. And one thing about when we look at these model trends, I'm still, even at this point, very hesitant to show you deterministic, meaning one specific thing.
It hasn't formed, so it's too far
Even
out.
if you see trends, you'll see trends for
but it's
a couple
time
runs.
To start paying attention.
Yeah, you'll see trends a couple runs in a row. And some people say, oh, this must be it. And then you see those trends completely flip the next batch or the next 24 hours. We don't have a specific area of low pressure, even a broad area of low pressure just yet for these computer models to use to go off of. So we're going to see a lot of change in all of these computer models going forward. But there's a couple of things we can take away from where it develops and what direction it would go. So I'm going to kind of walk you through that. But for now, all the convection is still going on in Central America. That will eventually kind of drift off to the north. And then this is where we're likely for something to develop. I mentioned historically storms that develop this time of year, and this time of year is important because we get different types of more pronounced troughs coming down further and farther into the United States to kind of lift it farther to the north. They go mainly to the eastern side of the Gulf, but some of them go this way. The Euro is a little bit over here, so this would not be until Wednesday that we're tracking maybe a tropical depression. It would have a lot of land interaction. It is much slower to develop, and it's generally weaker due to that land interaction, be slower to kind of get its organization. It still may drift off to the north and head to Texas, Louisiana, but that western shift would be beneficial for us. But again, this is just a scenario. If it tends to be a little bit farther to the east, it could zoom faster to the north and stay stronger. Less land interaction, more opportunity over the warm water, and that would not be a beneficial scenario for us. However, we don't know which scenario is going to play out. We just got to watch it. The waters are very warm. If it has little land interaction, it will have that opportunity to increase. So we will just kind of keep our eyes on this. Stay tuned. We are on top of it all weekend long. We'll make sure you have the latest information. And again, don't expect an invest or a tropical depression, maybe an invest meaning an area of interest with computer models until Monday or Tuesday, and a tropical depression not likely to form until at least mid next week. So we got a while to kind of watch this. All right, meanwhile, hey, it's dark in Cape Coral. Guess that, 80 degrees. It is going to be pretty quiet going forward. Dew points are a little bit lower than they have been, and that's going to keep our rain chances at a minimum over the weekend. Tomorrow morning, if you are up early before 10 o'clock, temperatures will be a few degrees cooler in the mid-70s, as instead of near 80 degrees like we were for much of the start of September. A couple of showers into the Gulf. These are actually going away from our coastlines, so we are not going to be dealing with those showers into the overnight hours. Rain chances are about 20% through much of the weekend and into next week, until we get into that mid to late week time frame, which regardless of development will have an increase of tropical moisture most likely, and that will change up our rain chances. When we look at our futurecast, it's quiet. It's not normal for this time of year. It's going to hint at fall weather, but it's not going to feel that way in the middle of the afternoon. It's still going to feel about 100 degrees during the afternoon. Isolated showers possible. Not very likely for both Saturday and Sunday. If I had to pick between the 2 weekend days, maybe a little bit more rain activity on Sunday, but again, pretty much at a minimum, very dry for the most part. We'll get a handful of showers or thunderstorms. There's a couple other areas in the tropics that we're not concerned about. They're going to stay out into the Atlantic. Tomorrow, we're at 92 degrees. That easterly, northeasterly flow to the wind will keep our humidity a few degrees lower and also limit our rain opportunities. Next week, mid to late next week, that's going to be the area of question that our rain chances could change up or down significantly. That's your first alert forecast.